In July 2010, police in Reading, Georgia, received a deeply unsettling call from a young woman who claimed to have discovered what she believed were human remains in her mother's closet. Upon arriving, the police initially dismissed the remains as non-human and advised her to dispose of them, which she did. However, the following day, the woman contacted the police again after finding more items. This time, the police confirmed that the remains were indeed human, having been hidden in coolers, with one set encased in cured cement. The woman's mother, Michele Kalina, was subsequently arrested and charged with abuse of a corpse. Investigators faced the daunting task of uncovering the truth. They discovered that Kalina had concealed 6 pregnancies from both her husband and her longtime boyfriend. She had been involved in an extramarital affair and had killed at least 4 of her newborn babies. DNA testing revealed that the remains belonged to 5 different bodies, 4 of which were born alive. The boyfriend was identified as the father of 3, possibly 4, of the victims, with the paternity of the 5th being inconclusive. It was determined that the babies had died from asphyxia, poisoning, or neglect. With the new grim discovery, Kalina's charges were elevated to homicide. Kalina and her husband, Jeffrey, had a 19-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old son with cerebral palsy who died in 2000. In 2003, Kalina gave birth to a daughter from her long-standing affair and gave this baby up for adoption. Jeffrey had suspected at least once that his wife could have been pregnant. The boyfriend, whose identity was never revealed, claimed he had no idea Kalina had been pregnant, though he noticed her abdomen growing at one point. Kalina explained it away, saying she had cysts on her fallopian tubes that needed to be drained at the hospital. These alleged cysts recurred several times throughout their relationship, he said. The affair lasted from 1996 to 2010, and investigators believe the murders were committed to hide the affair from her husband. "I think she was hiding them because they were from the boyfriend," said Assistant District Attorney M. Teresa Johnson. Following Kalina's arrest, she admitted to prohibiting her disabled husband and daughter from approaching the closet. When the family relocated to a high-rise apartment, Kalina transported the remains with her. She successfully hid her pregnancies from Jeffrey, her boyfriend, and her co-workers, despite working the same job for 15 years caring for elderly patients. While she was praised at her workplace, Kalina confessed to investigators that she had been an alcoholic for years and frequently experienced blackouts. The case baffled both the community and experts. Generally, women who kill newborns are young, first-time mothers afraid to disclose their pregnancies. Forensic psychologist Jeffrey R. McKee from the University of South Carolina noted that such deaths are often intended to avoid detection of the pregnancy. In December, Kalina pleaded not guilty in court. However, early the following year, media reports indicated that she was negotiating a plea deal. The process was delayed when her public defender raised mental health concerns, prompting the judge to order independent psychiatric evaluations to determine her competence. It was eventually concluded that Kalina was mentally competent. In August 2011, she pleaded guilty to murder, 5 counts of abuse of a corpse, and 5 counts of concealing a child's death. During the hearing, it was revealed that Kalina had secretly given birth to the 5 babies in her bathtub. She had confided to a psychiatrist that she wrapped each baby and stored them in a tub or container, which she then placed in a locked closet. Dr. Jerome Gottlieb reported that Kalina believed 4 of the babies were essentially stillborn and denied any malicious intent. However, after multiple conversations with Dr. Gottlieb, Kalina admitted that the 3rd baby might have moved. He noted, "She said she might have wrapped the baby too tightly with a towel, causing it to suffocate." This baby was later found encased in cement. Dr. Gottlieb described Kalina as an alcoholic who was intoxicated during the births and unable to remember the details. He also mentioned that she suffered from severe depression and other mental health issues. Kalina's defense lawyer sought leniency, arguing that Kalina, as a victim of childhood sexual abuse, had learned to deny reality. Dr. Gottlieb suggested that Kalina had metaphorically placed the memories of the babies in a psychological closet. The judge, however, disagreed with the defense. She criticized Kalina for placing the 5 babies in tubs and containers, like garbage, and noted that she did this repeatedly without ever seeking help. During the sentencing phase, Kalina testified,
breaking down into tears as she recalled her nightmares about the 5 babies. She told the judge, "I cry for the babies and nothing I can do can bring them back. I am very upset and ashamed about what happened." She also claimed that her boyfriend had refused to wear condoms during their affair. Despite being asked to testify, he declined. Jeffrey also testified, telling the judge that he would have helped raise the babies even though they weren't his. "Sure, of course, day one, moment one," he said. He mentioned that he and Kalina hadn't been intimate for the past 18 years and that he hadn't seen her naked during that time. "She was always slim," he added. He recalled that in 2003 he suspected she might be pregnant, but their daughter dismissed the idea.